4:54 a.m. I got 1 hour of sleep and I have a flight in 2 hours. There is absolutely nothing that would fuck better right now than a cold glass of water. And for the disappearance of this pimple. What do you mean? I don't know whether I should moisturize it or not. I'm running significantly late. I was meant to leave 20 minutes ago. Barely functioning.
2 years ago, I was living in limbo. I was suspended between Earth and the horizon in a dream. Time was barreling onward and I was letting it move me with no real destination. I used every substance as a crutch to keep me standing. I look back at footage of myself during that time and I can't find myself. It took me years to unearth myself from the grave I dug, reconnect, and slowly build a life for myself above ground. There is so much good that is happening to me that it doesn't feel like my own experience. It doesn't feel like my own life. I feel like I'm out of my body. So I'm trying to learn how to accept this good and that my life is allowed to look like this. I'm about to get on my first flight. I have 4 flights over the next couple of days, which is pretty full on. Less full on than what I've done before. My first flight is to Melbourne and I board in 20 minutes. And then from Melbourne, I have a 3-hour layover. And then I've got like a 7-hour flight to Bangkok, and then it doesn't end there. And so I'm in Bangkok for the night, which, just to clarify, haven't booked anything. Let's try. Won't be long until we touch back down. First flight is done. I'm in Melbourne. I had a $10 gift voucher, which was really cool. And I was in the second row. It's the closest to the front that I've ever been. Now in 2 hours, I've got a flight to Bangkok. Once I touch down in Bangkok, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm bloody pulled out of that show Lost. Never seen it, by the way. We're gonna have to make a decision. Uber to an Airbnb that I will have to book when I get there, or crash in the airport. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to check this bag again. 9 kilos. I'm so impressed with myself. I'm gonna be in the Maldives tomorrow. But also, I wanted to have a conversation about anxiety before you fly or before you do trips like this, because a lot of people ask me, like, how are you not scared? The truth is, I'm scared every time I fly. It's always such a bittersweet thing where I'm super excited to go to the next place. I also feel kind of sad to be leaving my people. Yeah, I still get a little bit of fear and a little bit of anxiety. I gotta push through it because it's worth it every time. It's normal to feel worried and it's normal to feel scared. Gotta feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay, I'm on my way to my second and last flight of the day. I'm late to board, naturally. Never a normal quiet day in Ella Jae's life. Morning. First day of flights is done. I arrived in Bangkok. I was just like, I'm just gonna book an Airbnb. Ooh, not a chance I was gonna end up sleeping on the airport floors. Thought was there, but was not pursued to the finish line. $25 for me to book this. What am I looking for? Now I'm lost. Got 2 flights. I've got to go from Bangkok to Colombo. I've got like a maybe 1 hour or so layover, maybe 2. Got a 1 hour flight to Bali. Yesterday was rocking my shit. Doing things to my body that my body just cannot handle. I don't know how I'm actually moving. Who's moving me? It's all mechanical. I'm not doing it. I head to the airport around 11:15. Wow. Did you enjoy this riveting conversation? On a scale of 1 to 10, how bored were you throughout this catch-up? Holy bloody moly. Fluck, have shit to catch you up on. When I got to check in at the Bangkok airport, it was like, okay, you need to get a return ticket. I was like, wish I knew that. Probably could have found that out. So I sat on the floor like a mongrel and I booked my flight on my laptop, which, by the way, the internet wouldn't connect, and everyone was just walking past me frantically trying to book my flight. It was $580. Got through check-in really quick, and by the time I made it to the line, it was massive. It was excruciatingly long, and luckily, the lady opened like this little secret Harry Potter door, like the Chamber of Secrets, let me through, and then I got on the flight. This flight was absolutely off the rails, unhinged. I don't think I've ever been on a flight that was this unhinged. As soon as we got in the air, a boy started choking. Okay, that's not funny. Like, that's terrifying. And they're paging over the mic. Do we have a doctor on board? Now, there is always a doctor on board. Anyway, he's choking. There's like 3 nurses and a doctor trying to like Oh God. The lady next to me is also heaving every 5 seconds. She has an allocated paper bag, like a dedicated paper bag, so she can just heave and spit into it. What the So she had a cap that she had kind of slid sideways. Hard as fuck. I was always like nudging my personal space. And then she would lean on me to look out the window. I'm like, baby girl, you do not have to lean on me. Okay, you do not have to put your entire fucking body weight on me to see out the window. And the seats were so rigid. It was like sitting on a rock. It was like sitting on steel. I don't know. And I was just like, they did feed us. It was also a bit shaky on the come down, but thankfully we did come down and we did land. And I am right in front of a window right now of an entire line, and it's slightly embarrassing at being in airports. I don't want to be in another airport. I'm ready to be in the Maldives. I'm so excited. We're even gonna have a driver pick us up, and I'm sharing the room with another girl who I haven't met. I'm so excited because I've never had someone pick me up with like a sign that's gonna say True Travels on it. Now I have to wait 2 hours, figure out a way to occupy myself that isn't eating, because that's always what I do. Once I figure that out, then I'm gonna be on my last flight, which is literally only an hour. It's only an hour and I'm good to go. I'll be in the Maldives.